Hello and welcome to another plant video. Today I am transferring my Alocasia mycologiana into PON, and I will actually be making my DIY PON with this one. So that's going to be very interesting because this is the first time I'm making my own PON, and semi-hydroponics substrate is really good for Alocasias in my experience. I have been seeing great growth on all of my Alocasias which are in PON, including Corms. So I think I want to put this new plant. I just got it a few weeks back and I did a video on this, so I would love to transfer this into semi-hydroponics, into PON, because I wanted to kind of get acclimatized right from the start into it. This is the newest leaf that I got, which of course came in all green. There is no variegation. It's a variegated Frydek, which is what of course Frydeks are. They are variegated mycologianas in a way. So this one came out to be purely green, but that could be a factor of the fact that I had a low level grow light, and now I have improved the grow light conditions in my cabinet. So I'm hoping that the next leaf should be variegated. We'll know, there's a lot of time. This one just came out, so I think this is the right time for me to transfer this into PON. I haven't changed the soil since I got it. I just added some sphagnum moss on top to keep it moist, but even this keeps going dry very soon. So yeah, let's get into it. I have ordered raw materials from Amazon and I'll be using them to make the substrate, and then we'll be potting this up. I'm also thinking to do a quick update of all my Alocasias which are in PON, so we have kind of a little journey documented how they are doing currently. So we'll also try to do that. But before that, if you're new here, thank you so much for joining me, and I'm so glad that you decided to watch this video. I make houseplant videos. I have made about 300 plus videos by now, and I really love filming my houseplant journey. So I hope you decide to watch the video till the end. And if you're returning here from another video, thank you so much again. It means a lot that you are here to watch this. So these are the raw materials I ordered from Amazon. This is pumice stone, which is 2 to 4 millimeters. I have zeolite, and then I have some lava rock, and I do have some base coat. People put osmocote in PON substrates for fertilizer purposes, which last for about 6 months, because then it's not like you can use your soil fertilizer, so you need something like a base coat to be added into the mix. So let's start with these. Okay, so now coming to the recipe of this semi-hydroponic substrate, what I have seen is, of course, there are different combinations, but the one I think is most followed is where we have a 1:1:2 ratio. So you have 1 part zeolite, 1 part lava rock, and 2 parts of pumice stones. That's what I'm going to be doing. So I'll have 2 parts of this and one part each of zeolite and lava rock, and we'll have, of course, some amount of the base coat depending on the size of the pot, so I'll try to add that separately. Lava rocks are available, I do believe, in red colors, what I was informed, so that looks good. If you want the PON to look good, I could only get my hands on this one, so this is what we're using. Let's open these up. We will require to wash them as well, so let's get into that bit. This comes in a nice, interesting net bag. That's pretty cool. That's zeolite. It is advisable to wear a mask when you're doing this because there's a lot of dust in this. I do not have that right now, but I would really advise to do this with a mask on. So that's 2 parts of pumice. This is 1 part of zeolite. And 1 part of the lava rocks. So this is how it's looking right now. I'm gonna go give it a quick wash in the sink, try to remove the fine dust and bring this back. Okay, so I'm back. This is the washed up PON. I seriously advise using a strainer, like a tea strainer, because that really eases up the process. I would try and take a shortcut and not do that, but it would just become really messy. So just invest in a strainer for your plants and it will really ease up the process. It looks like this right now, which is a little less colorful than what the market bought PON will look like because of the lava rocks, I believe, which can be colored as well. So a little note about pumice. Pumice basically will help manage the pH balance of the water. Zeolite will help maintain the amount of air in the water, and it will kind of inhibit the fungus growing bacteria, and it also helps keep the water clear and avoid root rot. So does pumice. It helps keep the water clear and clean. Lava rock as well, it will help to soak up the water and allow that whole wicking function to happen, where the rocks are storing the water for you and in between is the extra air for the plant. So PON kind of works on the ratio of 45% water and 55% air, and that's what makes the roots really happy and healthy. So let's get into the next bit where I will unpot my alocasia. So I have my tray here in which I will be removing the plant. Oh, it just came out very easily, so that's good. Just to look at the root ball, it's healthy, it's all good. I'll just remove the sphagnum moss. So when I got this plant, the roots were right on top and they were quite visible, so I knew I need to kind of repot this soon, but I wanted to put it in PON, and that's why I waited until I could get my hands on all the materials. Otherwise it could, oh, it has too many corms. I thought it's leca, but those are actually corms. That's amazing. I would love to have some Frydek babies. I think I'll just get a little tool to open up the root ball. Okay, so I'm gonna try and use this little rake tool. It really helps with breaking up the root ball gently rather than using fingers. I've had some day today. I've had a really bad evening last evening and this morning, the afternoon. So this is feeling relaxing finally for me. And I'm just so happy mainly to see the corms and the healthy root system. Usually doing plant chores also is stressful. We all know that. But now that I was already stressed out today, since yesterday, I actually feel calm and a bit quiet within myself. So thanks to this beautiful plant. Okay, oh god, there's too many roots. I think I will now take it into the sink, clean out the roots, and we are good to put this into the PON substrate. There are these 3 corms. I am sure some would say it's okay to put them back into the substrate and not cut them off, but I'm thinking of cutting them off. Or should I, what do I do? I think two definitely look like I can remove this and this. Maybe this one's a bit small, so I can let that be. But let me wash and come and then we can decide. There is always some damage when we clean the roots from the soil, and that's okay. Oh, there's one corm here. I'm so happy I saw it. So there's one more corm. It's always advised to look for corms in your alocasia soil because they are very sneakily hidden into the soil. So just look for them. Don't want to miss a corm. Oh my god, there's another one. I was almost going to throw this right away. This is a little gift to me from the plant. Oh, there's one more. So I think I'm just going to stick to the broken ones and I'll leave the other ones maybe. Unless they fall off or something when I'm cleaning the soil from the roots. There's one more. This really is kind of making my day more than anything right now. There's one more. Oh, there's one more. Okay, so I have six corms that I got from the soil. There are 3 more here. I'm gonna go wash this. If these corms fall off, I'll take them off or I'll just let them be. And these are the ones which we can plant. Okay, I'm back. It's been a while, but I have cleaned the roots and these are some really nice, amazing, beautiful, healthy roots, beautiful plant. And I'm so happy. I have 9 corms. This took time to peel, of course. So just keeping the plant here safely while I show this to you. So this is how the corm looks like. Just to clarify, everyone has this question a lot and even I didn't know for the longest time, but this is the top. This pointy little part of the bulb or the corm goes on top, and the bottom bit is where typically you will have a little stem. Like maybe I can show this one. So this pointy bit is the top, and typically there's a root thing here, like a little stem. You can chop that off. It usually breaks on its own, and that's the bottom, which goes into the medium, which will be for me a mix of sphagnum moss and perlite, because that has shown me the most amount of success rate. A lot of people put them in bottle caps also, which works perfectly fine. I have made a little system here with the lid, which I have forgotten inside. I'll just get it. Okay, so this is the lid that I have prepared. I will of course do this in a bit. I'll show you what I'm doing. I used a screwdriver, heated it on the stove, and I made holes in it. We'll come back to this. And of course I had a little tea session in between because this took time, but it was actually very peaceful, and I'm just so happy today doing this after the rough thing the day I was talking about. But this whole plant has made me happy today. Now to figure out the pot in which I'm going to put it. I had actually got this because it had the right amount of holes in it for the pond system, but the roots clearly are too many. So this won't work. I can use this as well. But honestly, even this is small, I feel. So I now need to go and find the right pot and a reservoir system. I really wanted to use this, but I can't. So let me figure a pot and I'll again be back. Okay, so I checked a lot of pots and this one is seeming to be the right size for the amount of roots I have. The plant was originally in this size, but the roots are too big. I tried all of these other pots, but they are all too small, so I can just get rid of everything and I will purely focus on this one. And this is the right size. However, this has too big the size of holes here, so I'm going to add a few lacquer balls in the bottom so that all the pond doesn't run out of the pot. Typically people do add lacquer in the pond mix, so even perlite actually, so that's fine. So adding this is totally fine. Just going to make a layer in the bottom so that the holes are covered up. So something like that. Of course you're not going to be able to see it, but that's there, a good layer in the bottom. And now we start adding the PON, just a bit in the bottom, and then I will keep my plant here. So just to show you, that's how it's looking. I have that little PON mix at the bottom, and now I'm going to start adding the rest of the PON around it. That's the amount of space available in the pot. Oh, I forgot to add the basic coat, so I will be doing that. In between, I'll keep adding a few granules. Actually mix it in the PON, very little, like a teaspoon. Should have kept a tray here. Okay, so I think this is fine. I just need to make sure this water doesn't start spilling elsewhere, so I'm just going to be back real quick. Okay, I'm back again. I have made more PON. I made 3 more parts because I want to kind of fill this up a bit more, and I also want to top up a few of my other plants. So I've made some more batch. PON can get really messy, so you just have to kind of use a few tools like a spatula or things like those to manage it, otherwise it really creates a mess. So here we go. I'll show a better look in a bit. Okay, so back again with my sphagnum moss and perlite mix. I have just gone and washed it up in this container, rinsed it out a couple of times, and now I'm just gonna start placing my corms in it. Just gonna make some cavities where I can kind of just place them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So like I said, this side is the top. Let me show you. And that's how the PON is looking, and that's the reservoir, the cache system for the water. It's about this much water there, which of course rises when I put the pot up, and it looks good. Definitely looks nice. I'm happy with the result. I'm just gonna go and place it in the cabinet. guys, so this is how it's looking. This is my variegated leaf facing in the front. This one's a bit on the right. That's how the pond is looking. That's how the babies are looking here. I've kept them right in front because it's very easy to forget to check on them. So that's how it's looking at the minute. I love it, love it, love it so much. Also, as I said in the start, just a status on my other PON alocasias. This is doing really well. I've got a great leaf on my black velvet. These Jacqueline babies are in PON as well, doing really fine. Then I have my alocasia silver dragon. Look at that beautiful leaf which is coming. Again, it's in PON. And as you can see, I need to top it up because the roots are getting exposed. This is the other plant and the roots are all exposed, which is not a good thing. So I'm just going to top up these as well. I do have this alocasia Jacqueline baby in PON 2, which has bad spider mites. But you see this PON is a bit colored, mine is not. So we'll see, the difference. I do have my normal alocasia Frydek with some damage here on the leaf. It's pushing out a new leaf, so that's the new leaf coming in my alocasia Mycolodziana Corm. So that's also doing well. So thank you so much for joining me in today's whole process and the whole journey with my alocasia Frydek and in making a DIY PON. I have a lot of it left which I will use to top up the alocasias I just showed, the silver dragon, and I'm hoping for good results. This is the first time I am doing it on my own, so I don't know how the results may vary with the PON I had before, but we'll know and we'll document that. So thank you so much. If you watch this video till the end, it means a lot, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.